Okay, here we are with Jimmy Duck Holmes. He's a blues musician, juke joint owner, and one of the last musicians from the Bentonia Blues. So Jimmy, could you tell us about your experience in Europe? The previous year you were in Geneva, and this year you've been in Rapperswil, and then for the first time in Italy. How do you feel about this?
I've enjoyed every minute of it, especially yesterday up at Switzerland, the replica of the Blue Front Cafe. I felt right at home playing the guitar. Made me feel like I was back at home, sitting on the front porch, sucking up some heat and hitting some rips on the guitar. So I've been enjoying every bit of it.
Oh, great! You just don't have the lake behind your juke joint.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. But I've enjoyed.
But it's
bit.
Almost the same.
Almost the same.
So
the same.
The audience here in Europe really appreciate the blues. How do you feel the audience when you play? They
was off into it, and they was more or less interested in what I was doing music-wise, because they say it's real strange the way it's played. And I was asked a question a couple of times, how is it tuned? And to be honest about you, I don't know. I can tune it like that. I don't know from a music standpoint.
Yeah.
And the guys that I learned from, they always call it cross note, but I've learned that there's no such term music-wise as cross note. Now, some of the music professionals say it's either E minor or open E. I don't know, and I don't even question that. I just play.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Had a dream last night. Yes, y'all, I had a dream last night, but I woke up holding hand. Well, I dreamed I went looking for my woman, when I found her, she was with another man.
And could you tell us about the Bentonia Blues? I mean, these musicians disappeared, like the Holmes. There are other people playing this special kind of blues except you, or you are the last one?
I'm the last one. And since I kind of got familiar with what it is, the guys that I learned from, I don't think they knew the importance of it. Because they called it the Bentonia Blues, they just played.
Yeah.
And I've heard more of the Bentonia style of play in the last 10, 15 years than it was when the guys that was living who actually started it. And they had no idea how important it was music-wise to the world. And they just played. Since I've been paying attention to it, it is really, not boasting, but it is kind of unique now. Definitely,
yeah,
so it's kind of unique, right.
So you are a unique musician.
Not intentionally, it's just it's what I learned.
Yeah.
I didn't learn to be unique. I just was sitting around with those guys and just picked it up, and that was it.
Yeah. And tell us about your juke joint. You just don't have blues music there. You are also a different kind of music.
It's we don't have music per se on a scheduled basis. Sometimes I'll have an all blues band, not on schedule. Sometimes I'll get a band who can play rock, R&B, and blues. But now, it's no band that I know of can play old country blues. They might can run a few chords, but I've been searching. There's no bands can do the Muddy Water stuff or John Lee Hooker or the like. No bands can do that. I mean, if it is, they hadn't come out yet.
I see. And for how long you have this? Since how many years do you have this juke joint?
Now it has been in my family 65 years. And out of those 65 years, I've been the sole owner and operator for 43 of them. But it's been in my family.
43 years.
Myself.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Like I say, I've been a part of it since I was born.
Yeah.
65
Sure.
years ago.
Sure.
So, yeah. Like I said, I've been owner and operator for the last 43 years.
Oh, great.
Never been closed.
That's great. That's one of the last juke joints. I mean.
One of the last.
Yeah.
And along with being famous for some of the musicians that came through, one thing that makes it really, really distinct, the Blue Front, it's my understanding it was built for a juke joint. You know, you got a lot of, well, you had a lot of juke joints that maybe once was a residence and they converted it, or a dry goods store they converted. But the Blue Front being what it is was
just
built,
for them. Oh, great.
For a juke joint. And that's what makes it kind of stand in a field by itself.
So since his birth, it was a juke joint. Great.
It was a juke joint, that's right.
And about the Bentonia Blues Festival, that is running since how many years?
If it's make it next year, 42 years.
42 years.
42 years. And I try to keep it on a real small scale. I don't want to get, I want the festival, even though I want good entertainment, but I want it to be non-professional. And I want it to be so if you're a musician, you come down and say, well, can I get up there and play a lick with Jimmy, or can I get up? Because that's the way it got started. When I first got started, a guy would come with the instrument, not even on schedule. And I would find a way to get him on stage, and I try to keep it that way.
Oh, great. So it's a familiar, let me say, kind of blues festival.
Right. Now, I keep it organized, but I don't want to get to the point that it's so professional that you got to brush off your supporter. I mean, whether it's a musician or just a general artist.
I understand.
And of course, the crowd is still growing, but I never want to get in my mind that this is a big professional festival. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I want everybody to feel on the same, like on the same plane. Even the musician and audience, I want everybody to feel the same.
I understand.
You know, I don't mind the audience going behind stage talking to the I don't let them just pile up back there. If you're a musician, you got a fan out front, then I would be dishonoring you to not let your fan come shake your hand. Some festivals,
you
security
cannot.
would urge them back, get back.
Exactly.
I make them do it organized.
Okay.
Well, now it's hard time here, peoples, everywhere I go. Hard time got me on a greasy floor. Hard time got me on a greasy floor. Greasy floor. Greasy floor. Greasy floor. Greasy floor.
And you started recording not so early. I mean, your first recording is with Broken Hungry Records, correct?
That was the first one that actually got released to the public.
Yeah.
And I had did something for 10 or 12 years. Well, no, as a matter of fact, longer than that. Back 1994, 95, but it didn't get actually released.
Okay.
It was myself, Jacob Stuckey, Jack Owen, Cornelius Brighton. All these guys were Britonian style of playing the company, but it was just here the last year or so that it got released.
Okay.
And they said a guy that recorded it passed some financial issues before he could get everything taken.
Okay. But then in 2005, you had the record with Jeff Kunkel from Broken Hungry, and then you started, being released not so many years ago. How do you feel about this new part of your life, making records?
I get asked that question all the time. I mean, I don't get too big head about nothing. I mean, unless it's a part of me I don't know anything about. If you dumped $1 million between my legs and said yours, I wouldn't get the big head. Jeff said I don't I this is part of my nature.
Okay.
Because he was asking me the name of a song of a particular album. I didn't know. He said, meantime, you don't know the album, you record it. I mean,
I see.
I just do it.
Yeah, I see.
I mean, I just,
It's natural.
Huh?
It's natural. I mean, you do
But
it.
it's natural.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Completely natural. 100% natural.
And people ask me, are you proud to do what you do? I'm thankful.
Great.
I'm thankful.
Yeah,
But,
I
you know,
understand.
I don't know what it means to be proud. I mean,
I understand.
I'm thankful that I'm blessed to be able to do it, but proud.
And after this experience, you think that you will be back probably again next year in Europe? You like this experience?
Yeah, they were saying at one time, well, he's afraid to fly. He's afraid he's going to die. How can a man be afraid to die? You die in your bedroom. You die in the bathroom. How can you be afraid to fly?
Yeah.
I got a phobia about flying. Some people got phobia about walking upstairs.
Yeah, I understand.
And flying, just got a phobia about, not about dying.
I understand. Yes, it's different.
At one time, I was afraid to drive around mountains.
Oh.
I wouldn't look up. It's just a matter.
Yes, I understand.
Then plus I had some little grandkids, and I was trying to halfway see about them, so they pretty much they can handle themselves now for a couple of weeks. So I said, well, I'll try to do a little traveling, you know. And when you talk about flying, you got pilots that does it for a living. You know, they enjoy their money, but they really wish they would had a day job on the ground. I bet you asked 7 out of 10 pilots said, well, yeah, I got to do it because I got to eat. But you know, it's just something. One thing, we as humans, we think we got both feet on the ground, that we're in control.
Yeah.
You're not in control regardless.
Okay, I understand.
We think because up there you feel like, well, you ain't got no control. I'm on the ground. You got no control, none whatsoever.
Okay.
It's a mind thing.
Yes, it's a mind thing, yes. So we hope to have you back soon in Italy.
But Jeff said he's going to try to work out something that maybe the next trip stay a couple of weeks. Maybe not just in one area.
Okay.
But just like say a 10 or 15 day tour.
We are looking forward to see you
back again. I told him to work it out, and if everything works out, delighted to.
Okay. So thank you for the interview. Thank you for your kindness.
Thank you for having me.